Do you pick a word of the year? And if so, have you ever done One Little Word by Ali Edwards? I'm asking because I have picked a word of the year for the last few years. I highly recommend that even if you don't do something like One Little Word, that you still pick a word that you want to be your focus for the year. Picking a word helps. Sorry, my dog is snarfing, so I lost my train of thought there. If you pick a word, it can help you with focus and clarity throughout the year with your goals and what you want to do, who you want to be. Pretty much helps guide you through the year. For example, in 2022, my word was create because I wanted to create more. So I wanted to do more art, more photography, more creative things just in general. Now, I may have fallen off of photography a little bit because I just was really struggling with where I want my photography to go. I did work on figuring out my next step in photography, and I want there to be a focus on conservation and more art of photography. So although I didn't create a lot of new images, I did create my path. And then I did do a lot more in my art journal, sketchbooks, bullet journals, things like that, of being more creative and finding that creativity. So I truly believe that picking a word of the year can help you on your journey through the year, for lack of a better word. So for 2023, I picked the word renew, and you've heard me talk about it in a lot of videos if you've been watching. Basically, at the end of 2021, I was diagnosed with ADHD. I started medication in March, and I realized that I had been masking who I really was for basically my entire life. So for 2023, I want to dig deep and figure out who I am or what I lost along the way. So that's for me. I also want to carry that into other areas of my life, such as our house. Our house is 14 years old, and there's not any like big things wrong with it. I mean, we do need new carpeting, but that's a whole other thing. But there's a lot of like little things that we need to fix up or touch up that we just haven't gotten around to yet. So part of that is I also want to renew our house. So there's a whole lot that goes into that word. I did make a spread in my bullet journal of the word, the definition, what it means to me. But then I have been watching Cindy Gunter Baldo's, aka Llama Letters, videos this year a lot. And she did the Ali Edwards One Little Word and inspired me to go ahead and do that for 2023 because of what the word means to me. If you are hearing that little air puffing sound, that's my dog with her toy. So just ignore that. So since I've never done, now she's squeaking it. Since I've never done One Little Word, I decided to order the kit, and I signed up for the quarterly box. The quarterly box has not arrived yet as of this filming, but I will either add it in or do a separate video kind of going through what came in the quarterly kit. I did not order a binder or a journal. I figured I would use what I have for that. And what you see here, this isn't actually anything Erin Condren. It's in an Erin Condren box. I just put all of the kit in this box for like easy storage. And then this is a 7x9 binder that I had left over from Erin Condren. So I'm going to use this as like my yearly binder. I dug out my Instax camera so I can take pictures of myself, of my life, of whatever I need for this project. And let me kind of show you what I got here. So I had made these bullet journal page dividers for something else. They don't quite fit in here because, again, this was an A5 size. This is 7x9. But I already had them, so I made them. I already had them like stickered and everything. So I repunched them from an A5 for the Erin Condren binder. And I only have like the first 6 months because that was what all I was going to do with them and something else. And then I have all these blank lined pages in here and a little folder at the back. So I figured this would be good. It's been sitting here all year with these blank lined pages in them that I haven't found a use for, but I figure I can journal on them. I can put the little things that came in the kit on these pages. Whatever I need them, I can put my little Instax pictures. I can glue them to the page. Whatever I need to do with those, I have them in here. I don't know if I will need more than what I have in here. If I do, I will have to figure out something. I guess I could use these smaller pages. So that is my plan for the binder, is to use that as my little journal binder, whatever you want to call it, for one little word. And then in this box, we have all of the, as I hit the camera, then I have a box inside of a box. So in this box, I have all of the little items that came in the one little word kit. So there's these little words, little sayings, showing up, taking action. I did leave these in their little plastic bag because they're small and I didn't want them to get lost. Then we have these little cardboard kind of like frames. Some of them are blank. Some of them have quotes on them. And I'm not sure how I'll use these yet. I guess a lot of it's going to depend on what the first class is. I am filming this at the end of December. The first class comes out January 1st. So I haven't seen it. I don't know what to expect. So I'm not sure how I'm going to use all these items. And then there's these 4 little envelopes with a little lined on one side, blank on the other side. So I guess you can write little notes to yourself. Put them in the envelope. And then each month has their own little card, like a little frame. And then there's these, I think they're chipboard, little butterflies. I don't know if I'm going to use these or if I'm going to give them to someone because I just can't see myself using these. But you never know. So I'm holding on to them for now. And then there's these little tabbed dividers with currently, thankful, saying yes, growing. So I'm going to probably use these on the different lined pages in the binder, depending on how I need to use them, how I think I should use them, how it's recommended you use them, so on, so forth. You get the idea. So that's kind of all like the little stuff that comes in here that came in the kit. And then it had a little heart divider. It's punched for an A5. Again, I'll just use the Erin Condren binder punch. So I can just punch those and put them in the binder. So there's a heart and like a half circle. And then there is one page like this where it's a blank box down below and it has 6 square frames up above. So pictures, doodles, not sure how I'll use that yet. There was one vellum page in here that says one little word. It's got a little sing your song, remember this, words matter, different little sayings on it. And then not sure how I'm going to use these yet in the binder because they are differently sized. I'm guessing I will cut them with my little paper cutter. I could put them in the binder this way. I could put them, the opposite way, but then it makes it hard to read. So we have, I think I counted these and there was 9. So we have intentions, in progress, I have 3 things you'd like to accomplish. Facts, feelings, the year ahead, and then just a bunch of questions here. Remember. Oh my gosh, they're sticking together now. Let's see, make sure you can see that. My reason why, and like a little monthly chart. This month I will practice, and reflections. And I'm kind of thinking that I might cut them along this line, and then I'll have this in there, and then I can use this as like additional dividers or decoration, because they do have, some of them have like a little bit of a kind of a pattern to them. So not sure yet on those. And the last thing that came in the kit is these more decorative things. So I was thinking maybe cut these in half. So we have the word design, and then we have butterflies, and then kind of that same look that was on those other sheets with like, I want to call it like water, like a watercolor wash kind of. Different colors. There's black, and then we have a little floral one. I really like this one. This might be my favorite one, just because it's a little different of a pattern. And then you have a grid page, and the last one is these little hearts with what matters on it. So we got kind of decorative, we got the journaling, we got vellum, little frame, dividers, and all of the little decorative doodad things. So that is the One Little Word main kit. If you purchase the class, you do get the digital main kit for free, or with the class included. So you could either do your One Little Word in a program like Canva or Adobe Express and kind of use the pieces from the kit to design pages in there. Or you could print out the downloads and do your own, put them in your own journal. Or I guess you could put them into Canva or Adobe Express and print that out and put it in your journal. Let me know in the comments if you have a word of the year, what it is. If you've done One Little Word before, I would love to hear your experience on it. And if you're doing it again this year. We're going to go through the quarterly kit for Q1 2023 of One Little Word. I haven't even opened this yet. And honestly, I don't remember what they showed in the preview. So we're going to all be surprised at the same time. So let me see if I can get everything out first. All right, that is everything out of the little envelope. Probably not going to keep this envelope. It's a nice cardstock though. I just don't think I will ever use it. Or maybe I should keep it to store like these little pieces for the One Little Word in there. Well, since I have this in my hand and they're falling out, let's start with them. So these are like little plastic circles. We got some numbers, some words. So let's see, we got at least 10 numbers. It's the highest number I saw so far. Show up. Documenting stories. So we have 10 numbers, some flowers, some sayings, and then some of these just kind of like clear with a color around the edge. Honestly, not sure how I would use these or if I will use them. I guess when I start the project, I will know better and we'll see what I like, what I use, what I don't use to kind of determine in the future if I want to keep these quarterly kits. Okay, so put those off to the side. Next in our little stack is, these look like little quote cards. And I should have like taken these all out of the plastic before because I hate when people open things on camera. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 quote cards. We have Brene Brown, Earl Nightingale, Theodore Roosevelt, Ken Perot, and actually there was another one hidden under there. Dalai Lama. Let's make sure I didn't. Nope. Okay, so there's 5 quote cards. They are gold on white. I do like a quote. I will probably find a way to use these. You could probably, like layer things. I don't know, or kind of cut the quote cards down. Quote cards definitely will use. These next ones look to be just little frames. So they're little rectangle frames. We have 2 green, 2 navy, 2 kind of a peachy, and 2 red. So these would also be good. You could probably layer your quotes on, put some of these little plastic doodads. So I'm kind of seeing how all of this stuff will work with each other. And then we have what looks like some stamps. And I am just getting back into stamps and starting my collection of stamps again. So I'm really excited about this stuff. Let's see if I can get them out of this little plastic holder. All right, so here are the stamps. So we have like a little circle, a flower, kind of the same shape as these little rectangles. I am this word, embrace curiosity and documenting my journey. And I think this is just the backing to make them pop. So nice little stamp set there. They feel like those little chipboard type things, like those butterflies from earlier in the video, but they're flowers. Again, not sure I will use these. I'm not a big flower person, but if I do use them, I will be sure to let you know. Otherwise, anything I don't use, I'll probably see if a friend would like them or someone else would like them. Then it looks like we have some larger words here. If I can figure out how this one opens, maybe. Magic of live, almost live, kind of live television. All right, so these are practicing, trying, loving, embracing, and learning. And they're on vellum, but the letters themselves are raised, so it has a little bit of texture to them. So those are kind of cool. I could definitely see using those as like headers or maybe in some kind of collage. And the last items in the quarterly kit are like cardstock. So we have these kind of watercolor looking circles. And you could use this as like a whole sheet in your binder or your kit or your journal. Or you could cut them out and put them into like a collage. Same with this. This looks like the little frames. You could use these as like a background or cut around these and use them as like a flag, kind of like a planning flag. And then the last one is this kind of gold stripe. So it's very shiny. And it looks like the in-between is more cream than white. So you can kind of see how it's cream and gold rather than white and gold. So again, another sheet that could be the full page and you collage on top of it. Or you could cut things out and use it in other collages. So we have our quarterly kit. We have 3 kind of background pages or items that you could use, trim them up and use them in collages. We have 5 words. We have 2 each of the different colors in these little cardboards. We have a mini stamp set. We have our little flowers, our quote cards, and these little plastic stickers. So right now, looking at this, the items I know that I will use are the paper, the quotes, the words, stamps, these little things. And then I don't know if I will use the flowers or the plastic circles. So this is one of those things that I will use. What is that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 7 of the items. So like, let's say 85% of the kit. It might be worth it to continue getting the kit if I get these items that I will actually use the majority of. These plastic circles, I may not use all of them, but I can guarantee you I will use probably some of these saying ones, or like these ones with the color around the edging. I can see using them in some kind of collage way. The flowers, like these, probably not going to use those just because I know my aesthetic isn't really floral. So as of right now, I think I would continue the quarterly subscription. I think it's $25 for the quarterly subscription, including shipping. I am going to reserve making any promises that I'm keeping this for the entire year until I actually get into using the items. Because it's really hard to say right now when I haven't even started the project. I'm filming this on December 31st, and the first class doesn't come out until tomorrow, the 1st. So once the first class comes out, I know what the prompt is, I can start working on it, and I'll start to see which items that I will use. And then I think by February, I'll have a little bit better idea of which items that I'm actually using, will continue to use, and know if this is a quarterly subscription that I want to keep. All right, so you have seen the regular kit, the yearly kit. You've seen the Q1 kit. Let me know in the comments if you would use any of the stuff in this kit. Like, what was your favorite item? Like, what do you think you would use? What wouldn't you use? And if you think I should keep getting the quarterly ones, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that is everything I have for you today. Until next time, I hope your word of the year and coffee are strong.